The time is 12 o'clock. INEC insists on electronic transmission of results ahead of 2023 general elections. United Nations envoy commends aid workers in northeastern Nigeria. NASU and SANU suspend strike with effect from Wednesday. On the foreign scene, landslide hits Shiite shrine in Iraq, killing at least 4 persons. In sports, Falconets head coach Danjuma reacts as Nigeria loses to Netherlands at the Under-20 Women's World Cup. Good afternoon. This is a live news update on Human Rights Radio and Television. I am Harirat Ismaila. Details of these and many more shortly. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, says that contrary to media reports, it has not discarded the electronic transmission of election results. A statement issued on Sunday by INEC's National Commissioner and Chairman, Information and Voter Education Committee, Festus Okoye, said the Commission is not contemplating to revert to the manual process of results transmission. Okoye, in a brief communique, said the confusion regarding what method has been adopted stems from a recent short interview granted to a national newspaper on the procedure for results management during elections, which some have interpreted to mean that the Commission has discarded the electronic transmission of results and reverted to the manual process. He reassured Nigerians that the electronic transmission of results has come to stay, adding that the method further boosts the credibility and transparency of the electoral process when citizens follow polling unit level results on the INEC results viewing portal on real time on election day. A terrorist has been killed and an informant arrested, while a ringleader identified as Sule Dawa reportedly escaped with a gunshot wound after police raided a hideout for criminals at Meizuma village in Danja local government area of Katsina State. During the raid, several weapons along with 2 motorcycles and illicit substances suspected to be Indian hemp belonging to the terrorists were recovered. The police spokesman Gambo Issa, in a statement issued on Sunday, said they received a credible report that terrorists were sighted in the black spot at Meizuma village on Saturday evening, and the divisional police officer of Danja local government area led a team of policemen to the area where they engaged the hoodlums in a fierce gun duel, as a result of which the team repelled the terrorists. Issa assured that efforts are ongoing to arrest the gang leader and other members of the syndicates who might have escaped during the assault. In his reaction, the Commissioner of Police Idrisu Daban Dauda commended the efforts of the team in repelling the terrorists, urging members of the public to continue to cooperate with security agencies in the ongoing campaign against terrorism in the state. The United Nations Resident and Humanitarian Coordinator for Nigeria, Matthias Schmale, at the weekend commended aid workers in northeast Nigeria as part of events to mark this year's World Humanitarian Day (WHD). Speaking at an event to mark the World Humanitarian Day at the weekend, Schmelz disclosed that 35 aid workers had been killed in Northeast since 2016, adding that the humanitarian community in the Northeast honors aid workers that step up to respond each day to the crisis in the region by providing life-saving assistance to millions of distressed residents. Highlighting the theme of this year's celebration, the United Nations envoy noted that as it takes a village to raise a child, it takes a whole community to help people in need, to provide urgent health care, shelter, food, protection, transportation, security, water, and much more. The World Humanitarian Day also advocates the safety of aid workers who often work in volatile and unpredictable environments. And meanwhile, the Nigerian Association of Resident Doctors, NAD, has extended the ultimatum it's issued to the federal government by 2 weeks. NAD announced the decision on Sunday after the scheduled extraordinary National Executive Council (NEC) meeting held at University of Ilorin Teaching Hospital, Ilorin, Kwara State, which lasted till Saturday night. NAD President Dare Ishaya, in a communique issued on Sunday, said the decision was made in a bid to give room for intervention by the Ministry of Health and the Ministry of Labor and Employment. NAD had issued a 2-week ultimatum to the federal government on July 30 to implement all the agreements it had with the association, or it would embark on an indefinite strike over the payment of the newly reviewed Medical Residency Training Fund, the immediate implementation and payment of the new hazard allowance and arrears, among several others. At the expiration of the ultimatum on August 14, NAD shifted its decision till after its extraordinary NEC meeting to enable the government to address the doctors' concerns to avert a crisis in the nation's health sector. The Joint Action Committee (JAC) of the Non-Academic Staff Union of Education and Associated Institutions (NASU) and the Senior Staff Association of Nigerian Universities (SANU) on Sunday suspended their 5-month-old strike for 2 months. The JAC spokesman Peters Adeyemi, who announced the suspension in Abuja on Sunday, explained that the relevant organs of the two unions decided to call off the strike after the federal government met most of their requests. Adeyemi said the JAC had signed an agreement which states that the identified items should be implemented within 2 months, and hopefully there will be no other reason to embark on strike. On his part, the Minister of Education, Adamu, said that their negotiations were ongoing with the Academic Staff Union of Universities (ASU), just as he expressed the hope that the university-based unions would suspend their strike very soon. You can follow all our programs live on Brekete TV on channel 110 and Human Rights TV on channel 113, all on TSTV. You can also catch us live on the internet on YouTube and Facebook with the handles Human Rights Radio TV and Brekete TV. Stay connected to the station redefining broadcasting. Now to the rest of the news. In the rest of the news, Iraqi Health Ministry says that at least 4 people have been killed after a landslide demolished a Shiite Muslim shrine in the central Iraqi province of Kerbala. The ministry made this known on Sunday, noting that rescue workers pulled out 6 survivors from the rubble after the landslide, which occurred on Saturday, adding that the search and rescue operation is still ongoing to find out if more people remain buried under the rubble. The Quatarat Al-Imam Ali Shrine is located in the western desert, about 28 kilometers from the center of the holy city of Kerbala. The Civil Defense Service said in a statement that initial information revealed that humidity had triggered the landslide, which hit the ceiling of the shrine and caused it to collapse. And now to business news. Vice President Yemi Osinbajo has inaugurated the new governing board of the Nigerian Electricity Liability Management Company, NELMCO. This was disclosed in a statement issued on Sunday by the Vice President's spokesman, Laolu Akande, noting that the company has been running without a duly constituted board since the first one was inaugurated in 2013 and dissolved shortly after. In his remarks at the inauguration, Osinbajo said the new board would enhance ongoing efforts to resolve liabilities relating to tariff shortfalls for electricity distribution companies, DISCOs, among other challenges plaguing Nigeria's power sector. On the expectations for the new board, the Vice President charged the members to make conscious and deliberate efforts to develop appropriate strategies to facilitate the successful conclusion of the outstanding pre-privatization issues of the defunct PHCN and ensure an effective implementation of NELMCO's additional mandate to resolve the tariff shortfall problems of DISCOs. He urged them to continue to give credence to the federal government of Nigeria's economic development program in a transparent, sustainable, credible, and acceptable manner. now to sports news. Falconers head coach Chris Danjuma says his team lost 2-0 against the Netherlands at the FIFA Under-20 Women's World Cup on Sunday night because they could not take advantage of their chances during the encounter. According to him, poor finishing and hard luck made Falconets bow out of the ongoing FIFA Under-20 Women's World Cup after losing to the Netherlands. The Falconets failed to reenact earlier round performances, which saw them winning all three group phase matches in their quarterfinal match in Alajuela, Costa Rica, as Zira Ulswit and Ziva Henry scored for the Netherlands against Nigeria. Speaking at his post-match press conference, Danjuma stated that his team had few mistakes starting and they were punished for it, adding that they had their chances but could not take it. And still in sports news, Arsenal right back Hector Bellerin is reportedly close to joining Javi's Barcelona team this summer. Reports said there is a growing feeling that Bellerin will join the Blaugrana in the coming days before the summer transfer window closes in September, as the 27-year-old is yet to feature in any game for Arsenal this season. There are speculations that Spanish defender will be allowed to depart the Gunners this summer, with Ben White, Takeru Hiro, Tomiyasu, and Cedric Soares, rather preferred by manager Mikel Arteta. Bellerin spent last season on loan at Real Betis but has returned to the Emirates this summer. He joined Arsenal from Barcelona's academy back in 2011. And to end the live news updates on Human Rights Radio and Television, here is a recap of the main stories. INEC insists on electronic transmission of results ahead of 2023 general elections. United Nations envoy commends aid workers in northeastern Nigeria. NASU and SANU suspend strike with effects from Wednesday. On the foreign scene, landslide hits Shiite shrine in Iraq, killing at least 4 persons. And in sports, Falconets head coach Danjuma reacts as Nigeria loses to Netherlands at the Under-20 Women's World Cup. This bulletin was produced by Novin Owankwo at the newsroom, with Mohammed Sani Babangida at the MCR of the Human Rights Media City News Center. I am Harirat Ismaila. Good afternoon.
Your right, my right, our rights. Everybody's right is protected. Human Rights Radio.